Okay, welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner Classics as Non Classics. It's episode number 1306 and Doubleshot number 1212. Two Marvel trades. First up, it is Old Man Logan, Volume 8, To Kill For. This collect issues 36 to 40. Yeah, there are two story arcs here, not just 5-parter. Oh no, it's 2 story arcs. First up is a 3-parter that's a follow-up to Matthew Rosenberg's Kingpin series. Because it's basically Logan versus Wilson Fisk. Yep, where a flash drive has been stolen from him. Like, does it contain possible, secrets on him? Possibly taking down his mare? Nope, it doesn't. We do see return of Sarah Dewey. Yes, the woman that Matthew Rosenberg created in the Kingpin series, who was pretty much central focus character. Kingpin was simply put like a supporting character in his own ongoing series. And we also see, for the first time I can think of this has happened in a Wolverine comic book, we see Logan versus freaking Bullseye. Yes, Bullseye. Which I believe this is his first appearance at this point in time since the short-lived Elektra Volume 3 actually maybe a miniseries. But I think that was the last time officially that Bullseye's been seen. And a comic book that was his last appearance. Like, he has appeared currently, he did appear once in Daredevil. Yeah, it was during the Supreme storyline, which revealed of how Daredevil got his identity restored. Yep. Though what was on the flash drive, which was stolen, was actually pretty disappointing with just pictures of Will Smith and his light wife Vanessa, because he misses her. I'm like, really? This is what he nearly killed the guy over. A flash drive containing pictures of his late wife, Vanessa. Okay. The 2-parter comes right after this is simply Logan versus the Purifiers. It's basically Wolverine come back to school after that brief 2-parter. By the way, Sarah is briefly wounded by Bullseye, but she survives no problem. Because, it was written in the story that Will Smith told Bullseye, do not touch Sarah. Okay, she's very important to me, do not touch her. Because she's the one who wrote his biography. And she's still a reporter. She's basically, thanks to that book that she came out with, which she co-wrote with Will Smith, she was able to retain custody of her children and have a regular house to live in, thanks to, of course, Wilson Fisk. She may not like Wilson Fisk very much, but she's very grateful for him. Yep, I appreciate how Ed Bronson writes the character. Now, in the case of the 2-parter comes after this, it's basically focused a little bit on Glob, per se, where Glob is manipulated. He's basically like, oh yeah, there's this mysterious woman, basically, he's been talking to online. He goes meet her, and it turns out this woman basically looks like she's being manipulated by, held prison by the Purifier. It turns out she really is a Purifier. And, she was given a bomb strapped to him just to blow up the school. Supposed to kill some people, but nope, not really. Shark Girl, yes, Shark Girl. I believe she's a Jason Aaron character. Yeah, she appeared during, just after AVX. That's when she first showed up. We also see iBoys here. Nature Girl's in the storyline. Anola's here. Yes, Anola's in Old Man Logan. And simply it's just Logan versus the Purifiers. I like that Glob is the one who basically beats up the leader, which I think it's actually Matthew, I think it is. I'm like, the Purifiers? How the heck are these people even around? I thought this group pretty much was eviscerated in Second Coming. Nope, they're alive. And let me wait. And the serious thing, the last time they appeared prior to this was actually during All New X-Men by Brian Michael Bendis. Yes, that was the last time they physically appeared. This book is just really, really good. Yes, here's basically Wolverine versus Bullseye. Actually, it's Logan versus Bullseye. Yep. And, yeah, an absolute fantastic storyline. Now, Moving Target, which is that 2-3-parter, that they are working by Del Teljic. God Love Man Kills, which is probably a nod to God Loves Man Kills of Albert Robinson, who does a really good job with this book. The cover art still been done by Mike D'Adonno Jr. Yeah, he's no longer doing the interiors for some reason. Yes, after doing the interiors for 11 issues, nope, he's no longer doing interiors with Carlos Lopez on the co-artwork in here. Yep, this book is just purely fantastic. Love it. give this book roughly a 9.5 out of 10. Now I'm going to talk about a series. I did actually talk to the artist about this series, and this series actually ended due to low sales. Yes, I did talk about it. This is Deathlok, Volume 1, Control, Alt, Delete. If you press numbers on the keyboard, what do you get? The Task Manager. That's what you get. And here's the thing about this series. I'm not really sure of why in the world this really good series wasn't sellable. I mean, it's written by Nathaniel Emerson. Yeah, he was a fairly new writer at Marvel. This is actually one of the 3 comics he was writing at the time. Of course, those 2 books were he writing, except for this one, Punisher and Black Widow. I mean, people know those 2 characters, but Deathlok? No. I get maybe the reason why people weren't buying this book, because when you see this character, like, wait, that's not Deathlok. That's Cyborg from DC. Yes, this is a new Deathlok named Henry Hayes, and this version of Deathlok takes inspiration from the Age of S.H.I.E.L.D. show. Yep. And we also have this woman in this series. Her name is Adrena Hope. That's her name. She is one of 2 supporting characters. She's one other character you focus in the series, aside from Henry Hayes himself. Marie Hill is in the series as a recurring character. She doesn't do very much. And the thing is, when Adrena tries to contact Maria for clarification, apparently she can't get in contact with her for some strange reason. Like, is it because what happened in pages of Secret Avengers? Not really, no. She just basically doesn't want to talk to her for some strange reason. Also, Michael Collins, the 90s Deathlok, is in here too, though he's no longer Deathlok. And we also have guest star appearance in these issues by Domino. Yes, Sexy Domino. Which they have her show up in the most, like, sexiest way possible. Which is basically this. Like, and you gotta love the fact Matthew Perkins basically is one who drew this. Which, it's so freaking good. He makes the women in the series look absolutely so sexy. Like, at the end of issue 2, here's Domino in a bikini. Because she's swimming. Because she feels like it. And you gotta love Mike Perkins' artwork. It is so freaking good. Yeah, and believe it or not, this is actually one of 2 books he was working at the time at Marvel. The other, of course, being Carnage. Yes, he worked on a Carnage ongoing series with legendary writer Jerry Conway. Which even Conway basically was like, really? You got a series for Carnage? Okay, I'll try it out. And you'll get my thoughts on a future video. Now, this book does contain the first 5 issues of Deathlok. I believe this is volume 4 of first 5 of 10. This book got canceled 10 issues. And a story from Original Sins number 1. Yeah, it's about the backdoor pilot to the series. We first meet Henry Hayes, where he's actually a doctor without borders. You don't see him being a doctor very much in the series. Oh, and by the way, how he switches from being, like, Henry Hayes, Deathlok, apparently he's got, like, a helmet, he's got the suit, and he also got a daughter, which is like, okay, that's interesting. It's almost like Henry Hayes was meant to be a carbon copy of the Age of S.H.I.E.L.D. character. The only difference is, this one they actually did a lot better job with his suit than the Age of S.H.I.E.L.D. version did. Also, that one revealed to have a cybernetic eye. This one, not very much, but the suit's a lot better. I mean, aside from the fact that it's more of a human-like Deathlok, and the fact they're a parent, aside from that, there's nothing else common with the show version. The only difference is that for child they have is like Henry Hayes has got a teenage daughter, while in the case the one that appears in the show, played by the actor played Charles Gunn from Angel, he has a son who's actually like younger. I think he's like about 10-ish, while this is a teenager. Again, a great start to the series, and just really good. Like, I tend to think now, maybe the reason why this series wasn't selling to it, like, I was hearing something from one of the guys coming Frontline, where apparently this book series was selling so terribly that the owner of a comic shop was basically wrapping up the issues together in a bundle just to sell this damn series. Like, why were people even buying this series? That's a good question. I mean, this series is so good. It's well written. Nathan Emerson does a great job with the series. Mike Perkins, he draws all 10 issues. And he did confirm to me that the series was canceled to low sales. That was the reason why it ended. Same thing with Carnage. Low sales. And I'm thinking, really? Like, how would you not buy this series? Mostly put basically what he does as Deathlok goes overseas, like Afghanistan, and he's in contact with Control. And who I think is Andrea Hope? No, she just stumbles upon this by sheer coincidence. Who Control was is not real to these issues. Yep. And why in the world Maria Hill basically is avoiding Andrea Hope? Now here's the thing. She was investigating something called Chaos. She's pulled off that assignment to look for Henry Hayes. And I appreciate, though, that Hammers to reference something he wrote, which was the short story from Original Sins #1. Now, Original Sins was definitely was basically a anthology series that was kind of in a way a series of backdoor pilots. It did have one feature that pretty much spanned the entire series, and that was, I think, with Young Avengers, which had really terrible artwork. It's mostly put Wicked and Speed fighting Marboy and asking him to deal with his ex-girlfriend, Electra Matrix. Yeah, I'm like, really? And the storylines got very terrible artwork. I'm like, really, Marvel? Like, the Original Sins, like the story for the Henry Hayes story, that was really good. Everything else for it was pretty decent at best. Though this series also introduced a very, very strange retcon where it revealed that, oh yeah, the Dum Dum Doogie you've been seeing running around the last, 50 years at this point? Robot. Yep. Yeah, this is done by Al Ewing. He did this. Where it revealed, yeah, he was a robot. He's been a robot since the 60s. Apparently, the original Dum Dum Doogie got killed on a mission. Though, apparently, Al Ewing did do this retcon revealed. He retconned this retcon revealed, oh yeah, he's actually alive. I'm like, really? Yeah, he's actually alive. And the whole thing about him being a robot, apparently where he died, nothing more than a big fat lie. Yeah. But in the case, if you ever get a chance to read Deathlok, it is a fun series to read, and I do recommend it. I mean, I got this book for about $5 on Amazon, because I didn't want to pay, over $20 for this damn book. For a book that original cover price was $16.99. Would you want to pay $18.99 so would I pay $2 more? There's the thing. The second volume is cheap. Really cheap. It's $7. I'll probably get it. But in the case of this book, it's good. Give the book roughly a 9.5 out of 10. I love seeing Michael Collins in the series. Because after all, he's not technically the original Deathlok. The original Deathlok was Luther Manning. A character who died back in the 80s in the pages of Marvel Toon 1. Well, they kind of in a way show him later on, where it's revealed that that was not the actual Luther Maines from the original Astonishing Tales who appeared there. It was just another version of him. They probably did just so they could bring a guy back. Yeah, but Michael Collins is the most prolific one. Longtime comic fans probably were more familiar with Michael Collins than they were with Luther Manning. Yeah, I think also because it was Michael Collins, I'm like, nah, we're not buying Deathlok. That or the series didn't really interest me. I would think that with Mike Perkins on the artwork, people would buy it, but nope, nobody buy this damn book. Yeah, it's also the second shortest book in the thing I'm working on, because aside from this book and Punisher and Black Widow, he worked on 2 other series of Marvel, and that's been pretty much it for the guy. He worked on 1872, which is a Western series for Secret Wars, and he wrote Red Wolf. And that was it. I'm like, really? Only 5 comics the guy wrote? Unless I missed one, basically those are the ones I can think of he wrote. And as of right now, I've only reviewed 1 full series for him, and that's in Black Widow. This will probably be the second one. Yep, so yeah, that's it for review, and that's going to be it for the video today because it's getting kind of late, it's almost midnight right now. So, until you see you tomorrow for my reviews for Contestable Contestable, so I didn't get a chance to do it today. That, you're sharing the Apprentice, Fire Force, and that video I've been really looking forward to doing, but can't do it because of time, okay? Do the next video. Bye.